Good evening, everybody. My name is Joe, and I'm a weapon of mass instruction. Sorry I'm being so quiet right now. My girlfriend's trying to sleep, and she's not feeling too well, so I'm going to try to be as quiet as possible so I can let her. You might have noticed that the wall behind me has completely changed, so I must apologize. I've been away for so long. Over the holidays, we actually moved. So now we've got ourselves an apartment. A lot of stuff has been changing lately. So I'm happy, really happy that nothing crazy happened over the solstice. I kind of doubted that it would, but it sure would have been swell. So today is Tuesday, January 8th, 2013. A couple things. Sorry that, like I said, I've been out of contact for so long. I know some people are probably getting a little worried, especially considering the last video I posted was when the DHS agents happened to be on the highway. Nothing crazy happened then. So I'm trying to focus now. But like I said, we moved. I applied for college, got registered yesterday. I was able to schedule classes this morning. The classes begin next week, so that's awesome. But now I have to figure out how I'm going to get $600 worth of books in 6 days. I'm going to call the library tomorrow and find out if they have any that I can borrow. But the GI Bill is going to kick in soon, but not quite as soon as I would like. That's okay. I'll live for today. Since the solstice, I've noticed that everything seems to be a bit more vibrant than before. I've been able to see things with a bit more clarity. And this might sound weird, but something that you could do, and this is like I've been able to feel it like literally every second of every day. So I think something definitely happened, change in consciousness. We're getting upgraded, like some people wanted to say, and I think they were right. But just take a moment, turn off everything. Once you hear this explanation, go ahead and pause the video so you can try it for yourself. But sit in as quiet a spot as possible. No distractions. Comfortable. Don't get all hunched over or anything. Just take a moment to take a few deep breaths. Clear your mind. And then, this is going to sound weird, focus on your fingertips. That's where I notice the sensation the most. Ever since the solstice, ever since the afternoon of the 21st. Just focus on your fingertips. I've been doing it every once in a while, and I can feel it all the time, but especially so when I focus. Just try to clear all thoughts. Focus on what you feel. For me, I feel almost like I'm touching one of those 9-volt batteries, like every second of every day. It's kind of crazy, but I can feel it. I'm not hallucinating. Sorry, still getting used to the locale. As you can hear, it's a little bit more lively than where I was living before, but things are looking up. I think that's really all I have for now. Just mainly checking in. My phone line got turned off by my ex because shortly before we moved, my girlfriend and I had to tell my ex that I had to cut off contact with her completely. I couldn't talk to her, couldn't see her. Nothing to do with my girlfriend. Honestly, like what was happening was just, I was barely starting to pick my feet up off the ground and start moving again. And, you know, for whatever reason, every time I came into contact with her, you know, just whenever I was visiting my daughter, we'd wind up getting into an argument over everything. And nothing she was doing. It's like she's just being herself, and it's everything to do with what was going on in my head. And I had to get away from her, even at the expense of not seeing my daughter now till I don't know when. So, the point of that little vignette is, my cell phone is no longer connected, so I can't upload videos that way unless I get onto a Wi-Fi network, which I'm on now, thankfully. People next door, I hang out there every once in a while, and they let me know that they got a Wi-Fi network and I can use it. So, I'll probably upload videos at night when they're closed, but when they're open, I'm going to keep the bandwidth usage low as possible. So that's what's going on with me. I really haven't been following the news much. There was that shooting in Sandy Hook, that was in November, right? November 14th. And I saw some posting that was dated to the 11th regarding weird. But honestly, what it comes down to is I'm paying less and less and less attention to what the corporate giants want us to be focused on. Every once in a while I pop on the Drudge Report just to see what's there. It doesn't matter anymore. None of it really matters. The stuff they're telling us that matters doesn't. The stuff that really matters is the stuff they're either covering up or they're just not talking about. Or the things that people look at you funny and think you're crazy for talking about. Like me talking about magic. Believe it or not. Take a look at, if you're religious, if you go to church, if you go to temple, if you go to synagogue, whatever, take a look at the way it's laid out. Mass is the same way every time you go there. That is called a ritual. A ritual. Like, you hear the term daily ritual. For a lot of people, a daily ritual is go downstairs, go outside for a cigarette, turn on the coffee, have your coffee, brush your teeth, shave your face, take a shower, go to work. Daily ritual. Things you repeat over and over and over again to the point where you don't think about it anymore. Mass is like that. Any sort of organized church setting is like that. Magic is like that. What is it, really? It's conditioning your mind to work a certain way. It is conditioning yourself to tap into energy. Like all sorts of people, I'm not knocking on religions, but you talk to a devout Catholic who goes to church every Sunday and truly believes in what they believe. You talk to them and ask them what they feel after going to Mass, and they'll probably tell you something like absolute joy, a sense that everything's going to be okay. That's what it's there for. It's the ritual. We all have this innate ability to affect our reality. It's part of us. That's why people in charge are putting so many resources into controlling what we see, what we hear, what we think about on a daily basis. It's part of the ritual. Is it evil? Depends on your perspective. Is it for their own personal gain? Of course it is. But whatever your method, you can conduct your own rituals, cast your own spells, weave your own enchantments, and affect your reality as you wish. You don't have to do it on anybody else's terms except your own. Sorry, the screen keeps getting brighter and darker. It's just the webcam is not so great. It's picking up the lamp over on the side, but whatever. So that's pretty much it. That's my little rant for the day. Now that things are quieting down a little bit, I'm probably going to get a bit more practice in, work some more basic spells. I went over that full ritual layout with tarot magic, and again, that's just one method out of many, you know. I've been reading that book, High Magic, by Creator UD, and as well as consulting with a Wiccan and a magician that work together at a magic shop. And again, like, they're confirming basically everything I'm looking into and asking questions about. It all works. It really just depends on what makes sense to you. There is no one right way to do things. You know, so you got the classical high magicians, Aleister Crowley, the people from the Golden Dawn. Yes, that's a deck of Magic the Gathering cards. I didn't buy them. I actually, it's crap cards that somebody else didn't want. I made a deck out of them, so I'm playing that in my free time. So, yes, I'm an uber nerd. Oh, that was something else that was pretty funny, too. There's a symbol that's attributed to Aleister Crowley, universal hexagram. And apparently he designed it because a pentagram represents the four elements: earth, wind, fire, water, as well as the element of spirit. Incidentally, it's also the shape of the human body. You spread eagle yourself like the Vitruvian man. Earth, wind, fire, water. And with the pentagram, it's very easy. You know, it's the 5-pointed star we all remember as a kid, right? You can draw it either on paper using one stroke without lifting your pen. You can also draw it in the air, and that's part of high magic rituals, like the lesser vanishing ritual of the pentagram and the greater ritual of the pentagram. So those are, those are, things you can use as focusing points, ways to focus your mind and your energy, your will, however you want to envision it on your objective. But Aleister Crowley designed the universal hexagram. The hexagram is, alright, first I'm drawing the pentagram and a traditional hexagram. Which you guys and gals probably will all immediately recognize. And now, let me see if I got this right. Yeah, I got it right, but the angle is wrong. Alright. I'll draw that again. Okay. So yeah, there we go. Pentagram, traditional hexagram, Star of David. Interesting, isn't it? Everybody thinks it represents Judaism. Well, it represents far more than just Judaism. And then that's the universal hexagram, a 6-pointed star that can be drawn without lifting the pen from the paper or without, stopping the stroke. So there you go. And yeah, so like apparently that image is now found on Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So some kid was at the comic shop downstairs, and this kid was so weird. I've never seen this kid in my life. He comes up to me out of the blue, and he's like, "You seen this card?" And it had that on it. and he was just so creepy. So I was just like so blunt about it. I was like, "Oh, that symbol." He's like, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, that's the universal hexagram." And he's like, "Oh." I said, "Yeah, that was designed by Aleister Crowley, and it was a method of drawing a six-sided star without lifting your pen from the paper or without breaking your stroke with your arm. The purpose of that is to conduct high magic rituals in a more fluid manner." And he was like, "Ah," it was so funny. But anyway, just a little bit of random knowledge I picked up. I can't even remember what the hexagram represents, but I believe it might represent six of the traditional astrological planets. I'm not positive. And then you've got the menorah, the seven candles of traditional Jewish faith. That was a symbol shared by many of the ancient religions. And it was basically an offshoot of ancient Sumerian Babylonian beliefs, naming the planets seven gods, the seven major angels, the seven heads of the church. That's seven, a common number there. So yeah, I do plan on getting back into it, conducting some more basic rituals, getting more in practice, and whatever your methodology is. I mean, I recommend you work it, to the best of your ability. Continue to learn. Don't be afraid to learn about things that previously you've been hesitant to do so. For example, any atheists out there, you don't necessarily have to believe in God or a higher power to do this. You can, envision the energy from within, and it works the same. It doesn't matter what your beliefs are, as long as you're faithful in them, it works. But yeah, like I said, don't be afraid to explore belief systems in other people. That's actually one of my courses is world religions. So I'm pretty happy about how that worked out because there was so little time between today and when classes start. I didn't have such a great selection. So English 101, speech communication, college algebra, college success, which I think is a mandatory class, and then world religions. It's philosophy 121. So I'm pretty stoked about that. It's an elective, but still it's something I'm interested in. There's plenty of churches around. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to a mass at each different church to just sit in and observe the ritual and how it works. If you're the kind of person that lights a candle for a spell, that works too, if that's what you believe in. Votive candles in that little alcove outside of the church, outside of the main sanctuary. Got those rows of candles where you can light one, say a prayer, leave a little offering in the box, and go on your merry way. That's a simple spell in itself. So there you go. Plenty of examples out there. Magic isn't the satanic crap that people make it out to be, unless you happen to be a satanist. There's no sacrificing babies or kissing the anus of a black cat or any crap like that, unless that's what you personally believe in. I do not recommend sacrificing babies. I think I've gone on long enough. That's basically it for now. I'm trying to think if there's any other little tidbits that I want to share that I got for you. But like I said, I've been dealing with lots of mundane stuff as of late. But part of the movement was sorting through a whole bunch of stuff. I was able to get all of my esoteric books. I've got a book on numerology, tantra, the magic of Aleister Crowley, which I'm going to explore a bit. There's a story of somebody being abducted from the field, which is actually more about physics, And I remember reading through that a couple of years back, and that's a good read. Um, Seth Speaks. There's a whole series of books by this woman who apparently was a psychic or medium, started channeling this spirit guide, and starts telling her about a lot of stuff. A lot of it is confirmed in other sources, but here's also a book that I've been reading, Out of Body Exploring, by Preston Dennett. The guy who lost his mother, apparently, like he got interested in finding out what happened to her soul after she died, and started doing research into out of body experiences and stuff like that. So I'm reading into that, the methodology of that, and astral travel. That's another method. How many times have you had a dream where, for example, he has a dream where he devours a bowl of macaroni in a restaurant. And the next day his sister invites him over for macaroni, stuff like that. I've had dreams as a kid, a lot of these dreams where something substantial happens, and I don't recognize how substantial it is. The very next day, boom, it happens. Like I had a crush on this one girl in junior high and high school. But I was so socially retarded. Like I never talked to her. I came off as a stalker every time I tried to. But I had a dream one night where I was sitting in the library reading a book, and the whole library is empty. And she walks up and she sits at a table across from me. Dream ends. I wake up. The next day, this was like very early summer, late spring, like the school year was about to end. The AC unit in the math room was out, and I shared a math class with this girl. So we all had to go to the library. It was cool, so we could study. And so we go there. I picked a table by myself. I was absolutely alone at the table because I wanted to sit down and study. Boom, girl sits down across from me. I was so shocked because I remembered that dream. I was so shocked to see this, and I wasted the opportunity to meet and talk to her or whatever. But it doesn't matter. But that's the past, and right now I have a beautiful present here. That's why they call it the present. It's a gift, so use it well. Keep manifesting positivity. All right, keep on looking up. Keep on dreaming those dreams. Keep on affecting the change that you wish to see in your reality. Peace.